Take in. When you take in something, it means you understand or absorb information. It can also refer to accommodating someone, like providing shelter or accepting someone into a group or home. Example 1. It took me a while to take in all the information from the lecture. Take in this context means to comprehend or understand the information presented during the lecture. Example 2. The family took in the orphaned kitten and provided it with a loving home. Here, took in refers to accommodating or providing care and shelter to the orphaned kitten. Take up. To take up something means to start or begin a hobby, activity, or occupation. For example, someone might take up painting as a hobby. It can also mean to make something smaller or shorter, as in, I need to take up this skirt. It's too long. Example 1. She decided to take up jogging as a way to stay fit. Here, take up means to start or begin a new hobby or activity, such as taking up jogging for fitness reasons. Example 2. The tailor took up the hem of the dress to make it shorter. In this sentence, took up means to make something smaller or shorter, as in altering the length of the dress by sewing a shorter hem. Take off. This phrase has multiple meanings. It can refer to an aircraft leaving the ground, as in, the plane will take off in 30 minutes. It can also mean sudden success or popularity, like when a new product takes off in the market. Example 1. The plane will take off in 20 minutes, so we need to board soon. Take off here refers to the aircraft lifting off from the ground and departing. Example 2. The new smartphone app really took off after its launch and gained millions of users. In this case, took off implies sudden and significant success or popularity for the app after it was introduced to the market. Take out. Take out can mean to remove something from a particular place. For instance, taking out the trash means removing it from the house. It can also mean to go on a date or social outing with someone, like, he took her out for dinner. Example 1. He took his friends out for dinner to celebrate his promotion. Here, take out means to go to a restaurant or social outing with someone, usually treating or inviting them, as in this celebratory dinner. Example 2. She took out a loan to buy a new car. In this context, took out refers to obtaining a loan from a financial institution for the purpose of purchasing a vehicle. Take after. When someone takes after another person, it means they resemble that person in some way, either in appearance or behavior. For instance, a child might take after their mother in terms of physical features or personality traits. Example 1. She takes after her grandmother, having inherited her musical talent. In this sentence, takes after implies that the girl resembles her grandmother, particularly in her musical abilities. Example 2. I take after my father. We share the same sense of humor. Here, take after indicates that the speaker and their father have a similar sense of humor, suggesting a shared trait or characteristic. Take back. To take back, something can mean retracting a statement or admitting that what was said earlier was incorrect. It can also refer to returning an item to the place it was bought, or returning it to someone. Example 1. I need to take back what I said earlier. I was mistaken about the date. Take back in this context means retracting or withdrawing a statement made earlier due to realizing it was incorrect or inaccurate. Example 2. She took the dress back to the store because it didn't fit properly. In this sentence, took back refers to returning an item, the dress, to the store because it was not the right size or didn't meet expectations. Take down. This phrase can mean to remove something from a higher position, like taking down a poster from a wall. It can also mean to write down or record information. For instance, taking notes during a lecture is taking down information. Example 1. Could you take down these notes during the meeting for future reference? Take down here means to write or record information during a meeting for later use or reference. Example 2. The workers took down the scaffolding after completing the construction. In this instance, took down means dismantling or removing the scaffolding after finishing the construction work. Take on. To take on something means to accept responsibility or a challenge. For example, someone might take on a new project at work or take on the role of a mentor for a colleague. Example 1. She decided to take on the responsibility of organizing the charity event. Here, take on means to accept or undertake a responsibility or task, as in this case of organizing a charity event. Example 2. The company is not ready to take on any new projects at the moment due to budget constraints. Here, take on implies being willing or prepared to handle or accept new projects, but the company is unable to do so currently. Take over. When someone takes over, it means they assume control or responsibility for something from someone else. For instance, a new manager might take over a project from the previous manager. Example 1. The new CEO will take over the company's operations starting next month. Take over means assuming control or responsibility, as the new CEO will take charge of managing the company. Example 2. The rebels attempted to take over the government, but were unsuccessful. Here, take over implies trying to seize control of the government but failing to do so. Here's a quiz to test your understanding of the phrasal verbs using take. Once you've filled in the blanks, feel free to comment, and I'll provide feedback on your responses.